as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all. Peak flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter, right? Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you
Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and, of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Denver Broncos.
Let's go, baby. Mike, 45.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Two.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third-year back from Florida State. Ten yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play.
And right away, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Opening drive fumble, and the 4 miscues that they had last week, 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend.
And, Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, the head coach is going to see that as a direct reflection on his message to the team, and it's not sinking in.
Now the young man was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie. It's Phillip Lindsay. 20! And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big run there. 29 yards and a first. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good, backside guys.
Nah.
That's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain. They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On second down, it's Lindsay. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. A stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Throwing his lock on third down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Yellow.
3rd and long for Cousins. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? He finds Riddick, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Ready, set. 6-6, pull it high.
They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Phillip Lindsay hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good, and the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Cousins the thrower. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
23 yards on the play.
10-2, sir.
They'll run with Lindsey. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Locke. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Noah Fant with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Makes the score, Broncos 17, Vikings nothing.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. Getting the sense Charles are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Hey, Ken. Hey, Steamer. What's up?
Cousins on first down. Going deep here for Watkins. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. Not that time for Watkins. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. 17-0 our score after 1.
Dirty base. 80 weapons. Watch screen. Get.
On 2nd and 9. Lock. This is the tight end Fant. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
He's got his tight end Fant. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Fant, the first-round pick out of Iowa, taken 20th overall, 2nd tight end taken in the draft. Amazingly, the 2nd Iowa, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. A good pickup there at 22.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Denver.
Come on, set. 18, Gator. 55 to Mike. Too little, got go.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And some room to work. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Recon, 132 fighter, 10 Lobo. Let's see what you got. Whip.
On second down now, it's Lindsay. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal.
Ready? 8-3. Check right, 54. Topper. Hey, Sam off. 2.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Royce Freeman, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the route is on here in this first half. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Throwing again on second down. Cousins. He's got his rookie tight end. That's Irv Smith Jr. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Safety's creeping.
Third and short yardage, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Watkins, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
Hey, check right 34. Right 34. Danny. Hey, 382. Lane 50. Shit. Through.
Cousins again. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Right 34. Right 34. 50. 300. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On third down, Cousins going deep for Diggs. That's caught inside the 20. Well, that's how you convert on third down with an explosive gain of 34. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Ringo 48. Hey, no, easy.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Watch the ship.
On second down, Cook. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down.
Two.
Cousins. And this one complete to Smith. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Von Miller, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further.
Tight dog. Listen.
Throwing is Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
We got this.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready up.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
They look to throw. It's Locke. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Well, we talked about Philip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Philip Lindsay. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
First down, Denver.
We go set. 90 Wolf.
Watch the run, watch the run.
General West. Look at me. Door now.
On first down, Lindsay. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now left side on the swing pass. He's got the first down and more inside the 40 and down to the 28-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Here's a first down throw that's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Denver has the first down, the play going for 15 yards.
Down. 18 Gator.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. He's got this complete to Hamilton. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a first and goal.
Pilot, 64, weak.
They'll run. Here's Janovich, the fullback. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Andy Janovich, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now Cook. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Leo!
Another run by Lindsey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
60 Hey, lock it! Get it!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the gloves?
Those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
they
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. Now this worked, so I guess I shouldn't be nitpicking too much, but they only had a couple of inches to go. Why fake punt?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. If you're going to go ahead and try and pick it up in that short of a distance, I wouldn't even go.
And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. For the 4th quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Tighten up, tighten up. Now.
On 3rd and short, this is Janovich. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
70, Indy. Don't let him breathe.
They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Lindsey. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey, and he's taken down inside the 30. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now to the air. Lock. Screen pass to Lindsey. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they snap him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
The Broncos had 15 4th down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here.
What you got, Heavy? What you got? Give me some. Give me some. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Clear. 5-4. Rabbit. Come. Rabbit. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike. Go. Here we go. 54. Go. Check. Watch 54. Watch. I'm on.
And that'll set them back 5. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on fourth down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Cousins now from the 50. And this is caught by Watkins. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down. Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on fourth down. One last shot now for Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another